Aren't you just the cutest little kitten ever? Oh my goodness. I definitely don't recognize you, and it's clear somehow, almost like you have blazing letters floating over your head, that you're definitely one of the 10 missing kittens. But I had no idea we would have a little researcher kitten. You're so cute. I wonder if we could actually talk to Erica, of the doggy daycare, and figure out whoever your owner is, because maybe you would like an apprenticeship. I have a wonderful chemistry cat, Bella. She's absolutely fantastic at what she does, and I'm sure she would be so happy to have your help. You're already wearing safety goggles and everything. Oh my gosh, you're so cute. Look at you. Look at you. Oh my goodness. In fact, look here. Look here. And gotcha. There we go. Now we're going to go ahead and give this picture over to Erica so that she knows where to find you. And I just have 2 more kittens left. Oh, I can't believe it. Back in the Egg Research Center. Our Zoology Egg Research Center, no less. Is that why you're here? Because you're a little researcher kitten? You're really close. If you just keep going that direction. Whoops, and actually I should probably keep these closed. But, oh my gosh, all of this is opened up. I should definitely close this off. I'm trying to keep... Ooh, and there's actually a creeper head here. Oh, and with those 2... more unidentified eggs! What were they doing in here? Oh my gosh, that's right. And I was going to turn this into an area where we could have a whole bunch of new birds that we could go ahead and research. Gosh, and I've never even got all of the birds. Do I even have my book anymore? I must have left it up at the house. I made everything such a mess, just being so caught up in my own worries and wearing out my bunny slippers back at home for so long. Oh, and my blaze chickens! Look at how cool you are! Flair, how are you doing? Wait, are you my only blaze chicken? Are you my only blaze chicken? Flair, what happened to everyone else? Did they... Oh my gosh, I think all of my other blaze chickens actually aged up. And, well, by aged up, I mean died of old age. I can't believe the zoo is that old. I mean, it makes sense. All of the fish that we had inside of the big giant exhibit actually died, the short fishy deaths of old age. And now we're down to just Flair. How am I going to get more blaze chickens? You need 2 blaze chickens to make 3 blaze chickens, and I only have 1 blaze chicken. I mean... Not that I was going to worry about how to keep all my blaze chickens since, we were going to go ahead and sell the zoo, but nobody would know that Flair can't be alone. Maybe before we go, I should definitely try to get Flair at least, somebody. Look, she's even jumping up and down on her nether nest. Okay. We'll worry about that later. I still have 2 of your siblings to find, little missing kitten. But since you happen to be here and I have a whole bunch of unidentified eggs, and the Zoology Research Center is one of my favorite places in the entire zoo, do you want to see something really cool? All right, let's see. I believe if I come over, this is the incubator, and this is a really fantastic machine, little kitten. This is the Egg Identifier. You go ahead and you put in an unidentified egg and some blaze powder, and then the Egg Identifier, this is one of the most amazing creations I think Pavo ever made, goes through, boom, and made a Roadrunner egg. I don't have any Roadrunners. It would be absolutely amazing to see what a Roadrunner looks like. I mean, not that I have any reason to need to see what a Roadrunner looks like, but I'm going to go ahead and just gently put it into the egg incubator. It already has a 55% chance of spawning. Oh, and with just a little bit more blaze powder fueling the egg incubator, it would have a 100% chance of spawning. Oh my goodness, I forgot how exciting this is. And the other 2 unidentified eggs. Watch, little kitten, this is going to be amazing. This is the kind of stuff that will make you want to grow up into a wonderful cat researcher. And we could always use more feline researchers around here, but... I mean, if I was going to make long-term plans. Blue jay! A blue jay egg? Blue jays have such a special... And a booby egg! Oh my gosh, I didn't even know we had boobies! What is even going on? This is amazing! These are totally new birds! This is fantastic. We need new list. Where's my list? I need to be able to make a new exhibit. Kittens. Tail. 4 paws. 2 ears. Little nose. Whiskers. Kittens. Alright. Well, if I was the kind of person who was going to spend a whole bunch of time making exhibits for cassowaries and pelicans and penguins, oh, I'm gonna faint. That's so exciting. Pablo's one of the best mod creators ever, and it was so amazing to be able to have him as my friend here. And oh, deep breaths, deep breaths. Okay. Well, little kitten, now that we have found you and the unfortunate absence of all of my other blaze chickens, I need to go find the other 2 kittens, just in case they happen to be anywhere they shouldn't be. But this is my egg research center. You're welcome to tour the zone. I have a big box of bird names that people suggested ages ago. Nolly, Buffy, Opal, Azure, Wisp, Bluebird, Molly, PJ, oh my gosh, Amethyst, Yuna, Sky, Diamond. What was that? Tutti Frutti. Oh my gosh, I have got to name a a parrot Tutti Frutti at some point. Do I have toucans? Lily, do we have toucans? These are the kinds of questions that somebody with a curious mind, whose mind might start being nurtured by a little bit of excited curiosity, would ask, isn't it? Let's keep going. Desiree, it's good to see you again. I hope you haven't been too bored. I mean, I know there's like nothing but empty water to look at here, and I still haven't built, I mean, you know, if I sell the zoo, I guess I never would. The rock candy exhibit? The rock candy stand to sell rock candy that I was going to build over here. And I still haven't expanded any of the cave zones that I was going to make so that people could see all sorts of cool cave animals. And honestly, you know, now that I'm thinking of it, I should just scrap that ridiculous idea I had for some sort of museum of eggs down here. I mean, on the one hand, it would be really cool, but there's cooler things to do with this zone than make it into just a museum with a bunch of stuffy eggs. You need to make it into like a really all-inclusive environment. People have moved on from the era of just having taxidermy and dried up eggs to stare at behind glass. They should have exhibits where they could possibly walk into the world as though they were the bird. That would be really cool. Imagine you could walk into one section and you could begin your life as a bird. It would have a little sign. Oh, and speaking of signs, maybe I should put some torches up. But it would have like a little sign saying like, you have hatched from an egg that was this color, and then maybe a little display showing you the egg. And it would say, you are a such and such bird. You need to eat such and such a food. You must hurry. Or maybe like your parent will bring it to you. And then you fledge. And then you could like crawl out of whatever kind of nest. Like it could be a big fake nest. That would be really cool. And then once you crawl out of whatever kind of nest it was built as, you could look around yourself and you could see yourself in whatever environment that bird would live in. And then you would have to try to survive as that bird and maybe even like make a nest of your own. Think how cool that would be, Tate. We could leave a whole bunch of sticks around the place and people could make their very own nest. They could even take the nest home. I mean, you know, if it was the kind of bird that made a nest like this, but gosh, an interactive bird exhibit where you were the bird, Lily? That sounds so exciting. We could do that with a whole bunch of the different animals in our zoo. I imagine it would be very popular with the future dinosaur area. Future dinosaur area. You know, my future wasn't going to involve dinosaurs. It was going to involve being very boring and wearing out my bunny slippers and maybe a lot of trips to the library to read tons of books. But Desiree, you know, I'm sure it wouldn't hurt. Look, I'm looking for some kittens now, but when I have some free time, I will definitely pop over here and throw in some fish. You shouldn't be stuck staring at an empty tank for all eternity. By the way, what is it that you trade again? Because I know you moved here so that I suppose if you have enough zookeeper experience, I could trust you with my seagull eggs. You're right. Zookeeper experience. Right. Yeah. That's right. You came here because you were relying on my experience as a zookeeper to make a safe habitat for all of your rescue seagulls. Because that's what you do. You're a rescue seagull expert, and you've collected quite a few of them. And if I have zookeeper experience, then you would give us seagull eggs that I could warm up with blaze powder if I had blaze chickens. That's right. And then you collect raw fish and clams and snails to feed to all of your rescue seagulls. You do enjoy a good cup of coffee. And you also gather up all of the trash and straws and plastic cups that people leave along the beach and litter everywhere. And you give me items, fish nets and empty jars and wooden coins in exchange for that so that we'll be able to take better care of the beach. But I haven't even taken you to the beach yet, Desiree. You know what? Maybe it's okay to start a little list. A list of lost quests. I mean, there's so many of those. Maybe I should go ahead and start a whole new list. Oh my goodness. So that way I could, you know, just a list before I move to the countryside, Desiree. At least. All right, Tate. Shh. we're not supposed to talk about my hopes are starting to get up that it could possibly be something a little bit more long-term. We're looking for kittens now. I haven't even finished that task, let alone prove to myself that I could be the zookeeper I've always dreamed of being. Alright, anyway, there's nowhere else to explore over there, and if the cats don't like to stay near each other, let's see if the jungle zone happens to have any more of these missing kittens. Welcome to the jungle zone. All right, so let's come on down. There we go, there we go. Educator William, it's so good to see you again. Gosh, and I promised you ages ago that we would replace this old, outdated book system with a really nice interactive sign, didn't I? But it looks like the South Chinese tigers are still doing absolutely fantastic under your care, especially with the new area that we expanded to. Tate, Lily, sit down for just a minute. All right, let me go ahead and climb up here. And we have our little bridge. Wait a second. They had more babies? I had this thing down to 1 white tiger and 1 orange tiger. And I for sure am looking at least at what appear to be at minimum 2 orange tigers. And it appears that they have definitely messed up their warming rock. So I probably need to tidy that thing up too. Oh gosh, and there's just mushrooms growing everywhere. One of my favorite things about my home, actually. The fact that mushrooms grow all over the place. And actually, 3 mushrooms. What could I do with 3 mushrooms? Make it into minced mushrooms, which then I could turn into, you know, a bunch of delicious stew. Or I could go ahead and make them into a brown mushroom box, a tranquilizer dart, veggie stir fry. Oh, look at all these delicious foods you can make with mushrooms. They make me want to dust off my chef's hat. That thing's probably covered in dust. I wonder if Bat Moth is still doing okay inside the kitchen, too. I mean, maybe it wouldn't hurt to have a zoo kitchen or 2. And veggie stir fry, chicken celery casserole. Look at all of these things. Vegetable soup, stuffed mushrooms, and mushroom risotto. That just seems so delicious. Plain old mushroom stew, beef Wellington, vegan style. More mushroom stew, more mushroom stew. I mean, we do have a wide variety of mushrooms in our world after all. And grilled mushrooms. I've been eating so many of those lately and they are so good. Oh my gosh. Oh, and imagine a vegan bacon mushroom burger. That would be the perfect kind of food to grab over here. Oh, that's right. A long time ago, I was going to make a tiger plushie gift shop here, and this was going to be an entrance. I mean, look at it. It's so overgrown. It practically looks like one of the hidden temples from a jungle, like, biome. Look at this. Wow. I don't even remember putting all of this stuff here, but it was going to be a secondary entrance to the fish area. And then it was going to be another area where we could lead to a big cave system and have a secondary spot to explore caves. Man, I can't even remember doing all of this, but it's so fun to walk around here. Oh my gosh. But right, kittens! Look, and there's the white tiger. Okay, their population is clearly doing fine, but that begs the question, Tate, Lily, about where the kittens could possibly be. And by kittens, I mean not a whole bunch of tiger cubs that we apparently have had pop up yet again. Oh, where am I even going to put all of those? The gift of island mangoes planted by Derek. Oh, there's that deer that likes to live in the jungle. You know, instead of worrying about moving it, I probably should just figure out what kind of species it is. It looks like a white-tailed deer, but I'm sure it's actually some sort of jungle-dwelling deer species, and it would be really fun to look up. I have a phone now and everything, and I can feel the curiosity building at what kind of jungle species of deer that could be. There have to be a whole bunch of deer species that roam around some of the jungles of Central and South America, after all. I mean, maybe they look a little bit different than the white-tailed deer, but it would be really fun to learn it, wouldn't it, Lily? I'm really curious, and I haven't said that in a long time. All right, and it looks like the tiger exhibit. How many tigers do we have now? We're gonna have to do a good check. Let's see. Let's see. That's a dove. All right, Lily, sit. I don't need you jumping into the tiger exhibit. Tate. Of course you would dive into the water, my boy. Oh my goodness. And then let's come over here And 1, 2, 3 tigers. So it seems like they have 3 cubs so far. And we'll have to go down and... What is that? Oh my gosh! There's something else that's new! Lily, Tate, come on! I mean, the kitten might be inside, but the kitten... Okay. Okay. Let's go ahead and take a peek inside of the Australian bird aviary, where we have, oh, a whole bunch of unnamed birds roaming around. I've got plenty of name tags I could use. And look at all of these really cool tree cavities where we have all these eggs hiding. Oh, it's been so long. This is so exciting. Literally, egg exciting. Oh gosh. And it looks like my sign got all splashed with water and needs tidied up. But it has a whole bunch of information about Gouldian finches. Oh my goodness. And black cockatoos and gala cockatoos. Oh my gosh. Yeah. And look at all these eggs just lying down here. I don't even have a zookeeper in here to monitor all of this. The breeding of these different animals has probably gone on unchecked. And where's my Gouldian finches? This place should be overflowing with Gouldian finches. They're one of my favorite species. They're kind of what I actually built this whole area for. Uh-oh. All of my Gouldian finches have passed away? Oh my gosh. Look, whoever ends up inheriting the zoo, this is an important monument to my passion for Gouldian finches. I'm gonna have to gather up some eggs and hatch them in here for sure, no matter what happens. But let's continue to search and see, is the kitten in here? It would be a little bit tricky to find if it is in here. Not hiding inside this spot. Lily, what do you think? The tapir is here. I can't believe we still don't have a sign or any information about this tapir either. Oh my gosh, it doesn't really belong in the Australian bird aviary either. I hear Gouldian finches! I see Gouldian finch eggs! Holy cow! They were all having... Oh my gosh, there's even a bunch of birds with names here. Be free, little ones! What on earth were you all doing over here? Like having a kiwi party? And now I've got hummingbird and kiwi eggs. Oh my gosh, of course this would be my life in the zoo. My eggs overflowing, or my bags overflowing with red wolf poop, with eggs, with all sorts of delicious treats, and mushrooms. Oh, just a normal day in what I completely forgot was a fantastic paradise.